Hey everyone, welcome to BAZZ Talks.
How we doing? Hey Zach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, bro. How you doing?
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Bro,
So,
I just want to say before we get into this is literally our first podcast ever,
Yeah,
right?
first one.
In our history
I'm excited.
of BAZZ Talks. Put that logo up. Oh yeah. And I just want to say, today was fun, but it was stressful as hell.
oh yeah, dude.
It was. I mean, we got to figure the
this
mic. Listen, I have a little bit of background in video and
Yep.
technology, just a little bit. But when it comes to podcasts and setting this all shit up, oh my god, bro! Let me tell you, it was fun though, right?
Yeah, it was
I
fun,
mean,
for sure.
we'll tell about the experience later. But we met Gil.
We met some friends.
Zach,
we met
bro.
some guys trying to get this all figured out.
It was
But
awesome.
honestly, no, it was a good time. And I'm excited to be here with you, Zach. I'm excited to be on the very first ever episode of BAZZ Talks.
Yeah.
So this is what's going on, man. This is
bro.
what's
Let's
going
do
on.
this.
So let's just get right into it, right? No time to waste.
yeah.
So this so the topic of today's episode is being productive, being motivated throughout the day, right? And getting a good start to your day.
100%.
So
100%.
I think let's start out with a lot of people, I feel like they go into their days kind of just letting the day take them wherever, and that gets in the way of them actually truly hunkering down and really prioritizing their goals for the day and really getting them knocked out in a day. Because if you schedule your day in advance, right? If you have like, okay, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, I need to get that done, and you wake up and you just kind of like get out of bed and you're checking your phone while you're like making coffee and you're just kind of letting the day take you wherever and just letting it drag you in all different directions, you're way less likely to actually get all those goals done in a day.
It's like future tripping, right? We call it
Right.
future tripping. Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. So, this is why one of the things that I was thinking about a lot for actually helping you get into that goal kind of oriented mindset in the day is making your bed in the morning.
Bro, that is so powerful. I
Right?
mean, just like later what you're gonna touch on, man, and then just on top of that, it's just like for me personally, it's like I go into my room and the first thing I see always is my bed, and if it's all everywhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
No,
I'm
exactly.
like, ah.
Exactly. You just like let the day take you wherever.
Right. That the bed almost represents the day
that you're gonna have. Right.
So if you put the bed, you make the bed,
Right.
you made your day.
Yeah.
Bars.
In a way. No, seriously, but this is actually a trick that the military uses,
Oh,
right?
really? Yeah.
So the soldiers get up at whatever god awful hour in the morning, right? And they the first thing they do is they make their beds. Why do they do that? It's a discipline trick, right?
Okay,
It's a discipline trick
Big time.
because if you get out of bed and you just fucking slosh out of bed and you're just like, I'll deal with the bed later, you know, and you never do it, you never go back to it, because if you're not going to do it in the morning, when the hell are you ever going to make that bed in the day, right? So that is like something that you could have done to like set your day more in order and achieve a goal, but you didn't, and now you're just kind of off on the wrong foot and you're letting your day just kind of cascade downward.
Right.
But if you start out with making your bed in the morning, you feel like you've just achieved something, and you get into that achiever, goal-oriented mindset throughout the day. So that's
100%,
a really
which
good
is
start.
Super important in self-development,
Right?
right? And I would also say too, it really implements discipline, but as well as consistency.
Yeah.
You do that every single day. It's something you just do. Like I at this point now, because I know that some people are going to be like, oh, this is really hard for me to make my bed. And you just have to start baby steps. You know, first just fold your blankets.
Yeah.
And neatly put them somewhere. Then start putting one blanket. Then put two blankets. You know.
Yeah.
Work your way up. The idea is, I guess it also ties into your room too, because if you have a messy room, it's also going to get to you.
That's right.
But if you have a clean, exact room and your bed's made, everything. And I can agree right now, like in my life, my room that I sleep in, I have a lot of clutter
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm trying to do is cleanse that, right? So I'm not saying that I'm optimal to the most point, right?
Yep.
But I'm working towards. But one thing I always do is make my bed.
Yeah.
Because I know if I make my bed enough, eventually I won't even think about making my bed, and then I'll start.
You'll turn it into a good habit.
And I'll start working on the other stuff I have.
That's right. Exactly.
So
that's the other thing, right? Is repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Repetition is so important, especially for good habits, because if you can do it enough where you just ingrained it into your psyche, where you just like, I'm automatically just going to do that. It's part of your morning routine, right? That's why it is called routine, because you're automatically doing it in the morning.
Let's get into that. What sort of morning routine should somebody embody if they want to stay motivated?
Yeah. And actually, one more thing before we actually jump into that is about the room cleaning thing. Now, I'm actually reading this really good book right now. It's called 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos by Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson.
Right. It's a really good book. And one of the rules that he has in his book, 12 Rules for Life, one of the rules is set your room completely in order before you judge the outside world.
What is your perspective on minimalism?
Mm-hmm. Minimalism.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
It's where you kind of have like
barely only the necessities, really.
Only the necessities. Yeah, I think that is definitely a very it's a very calming lifestyle. I think for sure. Now, me personally, I don't think I'm necessarily a minimalist because I still have my stuff and I still like my things, but I think trying minimalism, and I'm not a person who likes a lot of clutter either, right? I have my things that I like, and then everything else I'm like, meh. So it's good to be able to clear the things that you don't need in your life, right? So stick to the necessities, stick to the things that are important to you, but then all the stuff that you're like meh about, it's good to cleanse. It's good to get rid of that stuff because it kind of cleanses your soul in the process, right? It kind of like cleanses your mind.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to the point of keeping your room in order. It's very important to keep your room clean and in order because at the end of the day, I believe that your room is your sanctuary.
100%.
And it's where you need stuff to be the most in order before you can be secure in your life.
Or even like where you sleep.
Especially where you sleep.
Right, because some people may have a sister or a brother they sleep in the same room with, right? Mm-hmm. So they can't really categorize that whole room to them.
Right, that's true.
I guess when you go into more like when you become an adult and whatnot, most people have their own room. But but I guess if we're trying to motivate children or help children motivate, then it would be, it's more or less like your space. Right? Yeah, you want to create your space.
Whatever your space is, it doesn't matter how big your space is. It could just be a bed. You could be sharing a room with a couple other people, right? But whatever your space is, if it is clean, then you're doing your part.
100%. Yeah.
And that is a really good feeling to have. And that's a very motivating feeling.
100%. So let's go back into morning routine and what.
Okay.
So what morning routine?
Bullet points here.
What morning routine habits should you embody to stay motivated?
Right. So okay. So, as we noted, making your bed's a big one, keeping your space clean, right? So getting into that goal-oriented process in the morning, so making your bed. Excuse me. But another big thing for me, I'd have to say, is getting up and exercising in the morning. So whatever your exercise routine is, right? So if you're going to go to the gym and you're going to get pumped, or you're going to go for a run or even just for a walk, or you have your own home routine that you do, any of those, try to do it first thing in the morning or within an hour of waking up. I try to do my exercise within an hour of waking up.
Okay.
Because that also gets me in warrior mindset.
I think even before that, though, before you work out, a huge thing a lot of people do.
Let's hear it.
Is that they go to their phone. That's the first thing they see in the morning is their phone. The first thing. Yeah. And so that you start to consistently just know where your phone is. You grab it, you look at it, you see what time it is, whatever, right? That's why I used to laugh at people that used to say that because I would say like, I'm going to need my phone in the morning to see what time it is or alarm. Get an alarm clock.
Yeah, honestly. Actually, That's what I was actually gonna go back to real quick is like if you're making coffee in the morning or something like that, which hey, you know, I love coffee, honestly. I'm a bit of a coffee hound, you know what I'm saying? But if you have your phone with you while you're like making coffee and you're just kind of like scrolling through social media, or you're just kind of like letting your brain get into that mode of let the day take you wherever, because you're looking at your phone, you're doing something that you think your mind thinks is active because it's checking your phone, but it's not. You're not doing anything with that, right? It's just in your hand. It's just this thing that is like taking your attention away from the day.
Right.
And that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's very
that is a dangerous thing. So I'd say if you can, I mean, this is something hard to manage. But if you can, make your bed, go exercise, take a shower, do all that before you look at your phone. If you can manage. Now, I know that there are people who have to check their phones because they have work or because they have people that need them, you know? And it's like, in those instances, I totally understand. But if you know that there's nothing going on your phone, it's just going to be social media trip for you, or it's just going to be something distracting, try not to look at it. Try your best not to look at it until you've at least gotten a good bit into your daily routine, you know? Because you don't want to get into that mindset where you're having the day take you wherever. Because I get into that mindset sometimes, and it feels terrible.
Yeah. You know what I like to do when I work out, too, is I like to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
And so that would be in the range of the morning, the hour in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
So in that case, I have to look at my phone, right?
Yeah.
But it just creates more discipline because I know I'm going on my phone for this one reason.
That too.
Right.
That too.
And also, if you have Spotify Premium,
you're right.
You need the internet.
Right. No, yeah, exactly. It's like,
oh, that's the other thing too.
Okay.
Turn your phone on airplane mode at night.
Yes, I always do that. Honestly, I always do that because I don't want, like, sometimes I just have people texting me like in the middle of the night or something like that. My phone goes off. I can hear that. That disrupts my sleep for sure.
Do not disturb.
Do not disturb. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
airplane
airplane mode cuts it out completely, right? Because you're not getting any messages. Right. You're not getting even notifications from apps, right?
No, nothing.
Boom. So that kind of cuts it out completely right there. So that's also a very good trick. Okay, yeah, go for it.
So we're saying we wake up, we make our bed.
Yep.
We don't check our phone.
Don't check your phone.
We go work out.
Do
What's
your
next?
routine. What's next? Okay, so me personally, my daily routine, after I work out, instantly I take a cold shower. Instantly, right afterwards. Or, you know, I drive back from the gym, then I take a cold shower.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So, and the reason that I do it in this specific order is because, well, number one, of course you want to take a shower after you work out, right?
Sure.
But number two is cold showers are, okay, if I'm being honest, I could not do a cold shower if I didn't work out beforehand, because I am like, especially in the winter months, when I get up, I am so cold. Like I'm so cold I barely want to get out of bed. But if I exercise before I take the cold shower, then it makes it much more bearable because I'm already sweating, I'm already like heated up, and then I can like cool back off with a cold shower, right? So that really helps. But for the people out there who hate taking cold showers, and this is for this, so I keep my shower cold all the way through. You do too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but for the people who hate taking cold showers, I have a good tip for you right now. I have a good trick for you, so that it doesn't have to be as miserable for you if you really can't stand those cold showers. Okay, so it's to turn the water so the temperature that you normally like it, right, for most your shower while you're cleaning yourself, but then the last 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The last 30 seconds of the shower, that's when you turn it cold.
The coldest you can go to.
Coldest you can
turn that knob.
Break that knob.
Wait, don't break it.
Okay, well, don't.
But turn that knob.
Okay.
And you feel that cold, bro. It will.
And it's scientifically proven. They did studies in, I think it was either the Netherlands or Finland, where it actually has the same effect as taking a full-on cold shower if you do the last 30 seconds cold. So that last 30 seconds of the shower is the most important part.
Wow. Yeah.
Most important part. If you can't stand cold showers, at least the last 30 seconds is going to make you awake. It's going to get your it's going to help you flush those toxins more, it's going to get you in a better mood throughout the day. It's the right foot to leap off of when you're starting a really productive, goal-oriented day.
And I would also say, too, during the cold shower, breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe. Don't go...
Yeah, don't
because
hyperventilate.
if you do that, you're just going to... But if you just...
Meditate.
If you don't feel it, it almost feels warm.
Yeah.
It's trippy. Okay.
Actually, funny thing. So you know that, like, Olympic... Was he an Olympic? Or some kind of... He was an athlete who, like, really got into, like, being cold and, like, kind of meditation to be cold. And they nicknamed him the Iceman.
Oh, okay.
You know that guy?
Yeah.
So he actually does use meditation to be cold, and he uses cold as like a therapy for him, and he says it keeps him young and everything.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of benefits to being cold. There's a lot of benefits to taking cold showers.
Do you know how long you can last?
Actually, yeah, I think his record in cold or something like that
like
is
ice water? Cool.
Ice water.
Wow.
So he actually like dug a hole in the ice, right? And swam under the ice, and I think his record is like 12 minutes.
That's insane.
Isn't that insane?
That's insane. Wow.
So he uses meditation for that trick too. So if you are in a cold shower, you know it's good to like just kind of calm down and breathe, because that's a really good way to stop from hyperventilating. Mm-hmm. But if you can't stand cold showers, the last 30 seconds is where it really counts.
Solid.
Okay.
So then what's next?
Okay. So
after we got our cold shower, what are we doing?
So after we got our cold shower in, usually, I mean, I like to get to whatever I've scheduled out for the day. I try to keep...
what about eating?
Eating? Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's a good one.
Your morning breakfast?
Here's a good one. Okay. And I actually learned this trick from Jordan Peterson, because this is what he talks about.
Solid.
For breakfast, high protein, high fat, low carb for breakfast. And a big breakfast, too. Really? Yeah. This actually helps with people who have like anxiety and stuff like that.
Okay.
And people who so the scientific process behind the high fat, high protein, low carb big breakfast in the morning is, so you know how carbs are quick burners, so they're quick fuel sources, so they burn fast and they give you like short periods of energy. Mm-hmm. But they burn out quick. Right. Protein and fat, however, last much longer. So they're going to give you more energy, and they're going to give you more tolerance and more energy throughout the day than if you had like a heavy carb diet.
And would you say that all proteins, or just is there a certain few proteins, or is it?
I'd say, I mean, if you can, I try to stick to, I mean, any proteins are good. You know, if you're making like a good breakfast that I like to do is eggs and avocado. Okay. Because it's like
avocado toast.
Avocado toast, but then you have the toast in there, and that's carbs.
Maybe do gluten-free toast.
No, it still has carbs though. But you know, yeah, you get the idea though. I mean, it's
but something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So high protein, high fat, low carb for breakfast, and then the rest of the day, it doesn't matter as much, but it's that initial bump of solid energy sources that you need to get you through like a heavy day of work. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because Jordan Peterson works, and so I looked up a video of his morning of his daily schedule. Right, he works 14 hours a day.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I think he works on just his writing or something. I mean, because he's written books. He's basically a philosopher and a motivational speaker. But if this guy can work 14 hours a day every day without rest, he's got to be doing something right. Sure. So I've adopted the trying to have the high fat, high protein breakfast myself.
So I'm gonna say I actually do quite the opposite almost. I almost eat nothing. Yeah. Or just water, which I feel like is so huge. Yeah. Drinking water. Yeah. Water or smoothie. Okay. And I take that with me on my workout.
Okay. So that's...
I chug that down before I do my workout. Then I work out. Then after I take my cold shower. Then after cold shower, I make a little breakfast. Okay. Which is either fruit or an egg.
Okay, so you...
And then the rest of the day, my other 2 meals, usually 1 or 2 of them is just huge meal.
Okay, so you do huge meals afterward.
Like high protein,
High fat.
High fat and low carb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I like fruit in the morning.
Okay, fruit in the morning. Okay.
Smoothies.
It depends. I mean, it
Not
honestly.
whole milk either. Not regular milk.
Okay, so I think it's gonna depend on who you are then.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we have different ways of doing things.
Sure.
I think we're built differently, honestly, as people. But the way that I like to do it, honestly, is so I'm gonna make my bed in the morning. I'm gonna go work out as soon as possible. I probably, I make coffee in the morning before I go work out.
Whoa.
Because that gets me set. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Make tea.
Okay, make tea. I don't know. I'm a coffee addict. I can't help it.
We'll get into that then.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll get into that another time. I don't believe coffee is necessarily good for you.
Sure.
But I still have it. But and then I'm gonna work out right within probably an hour of getting up. I'm gonna take my cold shower, and then I'm gonna make myself a high protein, high fat diet breakfast.
Yeah.
And then after that, I start tackling what I wrote down for the day.
So about that time, what time do you wake up?
So I usually wake up at 8.
And then what time does that start?
So working probably starts. Okay, so go to the gym I go to the gym for about an hour a day. So I'll probably be done with my shower at about. So I'll probably be done with my shower and getting myself together by about 11 o'clock.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so 11 o'clock. So that's usually.
So I am.
So you're a little different.
Fast.
Faster.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wake up and make my bed. That's like in a minute or so. That's nothing.
Yeah. No,
Then I go do my workout, which is like either a 30-minute intense workout or it might be a rest day.
Okay.
Or depending on what day it is, but it's usually about 30 minutes power, and then like maybe I do a warm up too before I do the workout. So that ends up being about 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
And in that last hour moment, in that last 20 minutes, I shower and do my skincare and everything on my.
Okay, so you do your stuff quick.
hair.
You do your stuff
Yeah,
quick.
so I do that in 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then after 20 minutes, that's what, an hour. That's only been an hour after I woke up, so I'm ready for the day. Which after I get my meal and then I go eat and work.
Okay, so by the time you're ready for work, what time?
I
is
usually
it?
that's the other thing too. I usually wake up at like 7 or 8.
Okay, so you work up. Wait.
7, sometimes 6 too.
Sometimes. Okay, so you wake up earlier.
6 or 7 actually. 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yesterday I woke up at 8, but 6 or 7.
Okay.
And so then I'm done with everything by like 8:30.
Okay.
And I have 8:30 until 9 p.m. to do all my work.
All your work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Honestly, I like.
Efficient. That's my
me
thing.
Personally.
Efficient.
I guess I'm not as efficient as you are.
Well, that's the other thing too. I don't drive to a gym. I have a gym membership. It's a rock climbing / gym membership. It's pretty fire if you guys know about it. Anyway.
Okay.
The other gym that what I do though, I have a home workout. I do calisthenics. I do more of the calisthenics workout. That's what I've been starting. Making some gains with that. Not too much, but making gains with that.
Nice.
So I'm not really doing. I'm not doing the traditional going to the gym.
Yeah.
I do hear the people that say go to the gym. Go to the gym. Don't work out at your home. And I understand that, but I just something about working out in my home, doing the basic push-ups and pull-ups, and then do a few other variations. That does it for me.
Okay.
Just 100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups every single day. It just that's
fair enough. Whatever your workout is, it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's like
on the days I go to the gym, that's additional.
Yeah.
So I'm usually like kind of tired at the gym, but I still I have that. I'm building that endurance.
Endurance. Yeah. And it's more discipline too, because I guess me personally, the fact that I have to drive to a gym, it sets it better for me, because sometimes, so I used to work out at home, right? And sometimes I'd actually like be lazier on my home workouts, because I think there's something for me about working out and kind of living and kind of being in the same place that personally kind of drags me down.
Yeah.
So if I can actually drive to a gym and then I'm like locked at the gym, right? Because I just drove there and I'm not just going to drive back because I don't feel like doing my full workout.
Right.
I'm going to get there. I'm going to do my full workout that I need at that specific place, and then I'll go back.
So it's a commitment thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a commitment. It's more of a discipline thing, because I have to muster up the courage to drive to the gym even when I'm not feeling like it.
Yeah. That's solid.
So that's my personal thing,
Fire.
but I think you got your own thing going on. It's all good.
People could relate to either one of us.
No, exactly. I mean, that's the whole thing here.
Right.
But
so, who are you more like, Bryce?
Yeah, who are you more like?
No, who?
Let's go. Let's get it in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
So anyway, any other things?
Okay, so and then I'd say
wrap it up.
I mean, after that, wrap it up. I'm minimal distractions, right? Minimal distractions. If you have plan your day out beforehand, right? So what am I doing tomorrow? Okay, and this is a good point to like, if you're like about to go to bed or something like that, or you have extra time at night, write your day out tomorrow. Write it down, because if you write it down, it makes it so much more real than just having it in your head or on a computer. Write it down.
I like that idea of writing down, but I used to do the writing down, writing down everything I was going to do in the next day. But that, when I didn't get around to do it, for some reason, it weighs on me. So what I do instead is I have, for the week, things I need to get done.
Okay. So you do it weekly?
Sure. Weekly things I need to get done. And then once I get those done, I can refresh it during the week too if I need to, or if I find something else. But I noticed that doing it every single day it got too tiring for me, and I wasn't able to keep up, and then it just pulled me down, and I had to muster that energy to get myself back up.
Okay, that's an interesting way to look at that. You do it weekly instead of daily.
Yeah.
That might work better for other people. So the way I personally like to do it, I like to do it daily. I like to sit down at the end of my day, and I like to write out, what am I doing tomorrow? I have this thing to get done. I have this thing to get done. I have this thing. It piles up, right?
Yeah.
And definitely pace yourself. Like if you have a ton of stuff piling up, you can only get so much stuff done in one day. And if you overload yourself in a day, you're going to feel like crap for not getting that stuff done.
You have to be realistic.
You have to be realistic with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself.
Like if you were in... Say you were in a point where you just weren't getting anything done, you were like not doing very well, you had addictions and whatnot, and then you want to just like jump into something. Realistically,
you gotta be realistic.
It's not gonna happen.
Realistically,
I wish that could happen. Maybe for some people it can, but realistically, you're gonna have to incrementally step up the steps again.
That's right.
Otherwise, you're just gonna overburn yourself again, and I don't like to use the word, but you burn out. I think that's more of a belief. But anyway, you burn out.
Okay. So you got to be realistic. That's how I try to be, in planning it out. Sometimes you overshoot, sometimes you undershoot, it kind of depends, but more or less you kind of got to you have to start, and then you have to get into the rhythm of what you can and can't do.
I think the main thing is having discipline to actually do it.
For sure.
Regardless of
that's the whole thing.
Right.
If you don't have discipline, doesn't matter how much motivation you have.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, right? If you don't have discipline, you don't have anything. So that's where the making your bed trick comes in, because it gives you more discipline in the morning, and it starts you off on a good foot with discipline.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And besides that, I just try to do if I have a lot of stuff to get done, start with priority, right? Most important thing. Kind of go down on the list. You kind of got to gauge that, and that's how I like to get my stuff done. I mean, there's nothing really more to it than that.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm always learning new stuff. My morning routine is not perfect. I'm not perfect at it or anything. Far from it. But I'm always learning new stuff, and I'm always trying to incorporate new things that I think are going to help me, and gain new knowledge. That's why I'm reading this book, 12 Rules for Life. Because it's giving me a lot of really good knowledge on how to know myself better and how to kind of play into my strengths in a day, and also work on my weaknesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, besides that, that's
solid morning routine, and
and I know we're different.
Way of living too. Yeah,
we're different, but I think we both got different things that people can build from.
And we're different, but in the same way, we have a lot of similarities.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, with everything, there's difference.
That's why we're sitting here together.
There's different. No, not even that. I mean, there's different routine, but there's still a lot of similarities in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, I guess just to wrap this up, what are some of your guys' routines you guys live by, that you guys are just like, this is my routine. And what we should also talk about night routines another time too, because that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother thing. But also, maybe type in the comments or where you guys think you can improve on your routines and where you guys think you can improve on your productivity.
Yeah, because there's always room for improvement, right?
Yeah.
You always hear that. There's always room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement. But it's true. No one's perfect.
Right, and I feel like, too, for me personally, I love an efficient routine. That it doesn't take super long, it doesn't drag on, and it's done, and it gets all of that stuff done.
Yep, out of the way and gets you ready for the day,
Same thing at night. I don't want to be in front of my mirror for an hour doing something.
Yep.
15, even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm done. Move on. And that just helps me think better and move better and perform better.
Fair enough.
So,
don't dwell.
Yeah, so anyway, this has been BAZZ Talks.
This has been BAZZ Talks.
Thank you guys so much for watching. And,
thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you guys a lot.
Look out for new videos.
Look out.
Well, actually, new podcasts. So.
Look out for new podcasts. We're going to be doing it.
We're just starting this, so we'll wait and see what's happening. Episode. We don't want to make any promises, so we're just going to wait and see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. And, yeah, enjoy.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps you. This has been BAZZ Talks, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Right on. That's what's up.
That was sick.
That was good, man. That was good.
Holy macro. Woo. Let's go.